What if the greatest threat to House Targaryen was never its enemies? What if the very thing that made the family powerful, the dragons, was also the reason its dynasty began to collapse? The story of House of the Dragon is not simply about a civil war. It is about how a family blessed with unimaginable power slowly destroyed itself from within. The most tragic part is that almost everyone involved believed they were doing the right thing. When King Viserys I Targaryen named his daughter, Rhaenyra Targaryen, as heir to the Iron Throne, he believed he was securing the future of the realm. Instead, he may have unknowingly planted the seeds of its destruction. For years, the kingdom appeared stable. The lords swore their loyalty. The royal family continued to grow, and dragons filled the skies. Yet beneath the surface, resentment and uncertainty were quietly taking root. The problem was never just about who would inherit the throne. The real issue was that two different ideas of legitimacy existed at the same time. One side believed Rhaenyra was the rightful heir because the king had chosen her. The other believed her half-brother, Aegon II Targaryen, should rule because tradition favored a male successor. Neither side viewed itself as rebellious. Neither side believed it was stealing the throne. Both sides saw themselves as defenders of the realm's rightful order. That is what made the conflict so dangerous. This was not a battle between heroes and villains. It was a struggle between competing beliefs, each supported by powerful individuals convinced of their own righteousness. Once these beliefs hardened into rival factions, compromise became nearly impossible. Every disagreement deepened the divide, pushing the kingdom closer to war. The dragons only made matters worse. For generations, they had been the ultimate symbol of Targaryen dominance. No army could challenge them, and no castle could truly withstand them. However, during the Dance of the Dragons, the Targaryens faced a problem no previous generation had encountered. They were no longer fighting ordinary enemies. They were fighting each other. For the first time, dragons became weapons turned against dragons, and every battle weakened the family that had once ruled through their power. What makes the story especially fascinating is that many of the war's most important moments were driven not by strategy, but by emotion. Pride, fear, revenge, grief, and anger repeatedly influenced decisions that changed the course of history. A single insult could ignite a feud. A single death could spark retaliation. A single misunderstanding could alter the fate of an entire kingdom. The war was not driven solely by armies and dragons. It was driven by people. These were flawed individuals, struggling with impossible choices. They loved their families, yet could not trust them. They claimed to desire peace, yet prepared constantly for war. Many believed they were protecting their future while unknowingly helping to destroy it. Their personal conflicts became the realm's conflicts, and their failures became the kingdom's tragedies. In the end, the Dance of the Dragon serves as a powerful warning. Power alone cannot hold a family together. Dragons cannot solve disputes rooted in distrust and ambition. Even the mightiest dynasty can fall when its members begin to see one another as enemies. Beneath the battles, politics, and spectacle lies a simple tragedy. A family that possessed everything ultimately lost the one thing it needed most: unity. So perhaps the most important question is not who deserved the Iron Throne. Perhaps the real question is whether the war could ever have been avoided at all. By the time the Dance of the Dragons began, the divisions within House Targaryen may have already become too deep to heal, leaving the family destined to pay the ultimate price for its own ambitions.